Hey guys, and the Google Images search actually reveals what we'll be talking about. I wanted to talk about the Jiren decklist I made, and it's supposed to be anti-blue. So stay after the sponsor messages, and I'll give it a go.
Card Market is Europe's largest platform for all TCGs. Always find the right cards by buying and selling them across Europe with other players and collectors. Be it singles, boosters, booster boxes, or any other accessories, you name it. Card Market is the place to get them safely, securely, and readily available.
And welcome back. So this is the list. You can screenshot it, so you can steal it for that matter, and this, if I was to be on the card market series today, this would have not been the deck I would have gone with, even though I was contemplating to use it. I believe it's better for a best of 3 than a best of 2 format. The thing that when I ran it on the first locals, I bombed, but then I made the 2.0 version. Why did it bomb? Because I had a lot of issues playing against blue, specifically playing against the Galactic Buster engine and against the Majin Buu Unison, the 4-drop. So, not to particularly explain and mansplain the leader too much, the whole mechanic of the deck revolves around uh, ideally casting the Unison on turn 1. If you don't do that, you cast your Jiren, which is over here, the thirst for power, so he can actually switch you the Unison or another Jiren. If you take the Unison, see the Unison, your leader skill on the Awakened side will actually, you'll take a life and play a 1-drop, specifically the thirst for power. Jiren the Avenger is cool for searching other Jirens, so when your opponent removes him, if he doesn't warp him, if you're not playing against black, you're in a pretty good spot. The point of the deck is to actually constantly evolve him into the 4-drop, then the 5-drop, and then ultimately on your third energy into the 8-drop Jiren. The deck is a bomb, especially if you go first, and then you basically have a guaranteed win if you go first and they don't have a floodgate negate as an extra card. Because one of the things that I've learned that this deck should main Vegeta Resolve Renewed, because when you have 3 energy, when your opponent plays almost every printed floodgate battle card negate that exists, Vegeta will counterplay it and remove it from board. You will get a body on board. On 3 energy, you will have the necessary energy to they know that you will play the 8 drop, so you will swing with your leader. Then you will get counterplayed, or you will swing with your 5 drop, which is a dual attack. They have no specific reason not to counterplay it with the floodgate negate, other than, you know, spending 2 energy for it. When they do that, you play Resolve Renewed, you counterplay you counterplay the battle card, it goes away. Even if you play the 8 drop, which bans you from playing any other Universe 11 card, it's okay, because even though he won't enter play, you'll still negate, counterplay the card that's supposed to be played. Why this and why not a Beerus Ball? Just because even though you will be at 4 lives, the thing is that in some scenario, if you're not on 4 lives by then, he's active on 3 energy or more. So then for 1 energy you can use him to remove the card, so it doesn't get to, but in the side deck we have 1 Beerus Ball to be like the third copy of everything from the cards here. So, other than that, what's the next point? You have 11 1-drop battle cards, so that you cannot whiff with your leader. Of course, sometimes you will whiff, but that's life. I play 2 Jirens, Pride of Universe 11, because I found that the third can be cloggy sometimes and makes your charging a bit clunky. And I'm even contemplating on removing the second Bardock fighting against Fate, because he's not searchable by your leader skill. You have to draw into him, and if you don't draw into him, he's just like Jiren, or you will have a card less for you to pop off. It's better for be, I don't know, like another Champa or something like that. Better than to have, or maybe the third spice. Oh my god, I used the word. So that it can actually help you against the blue matchup. What is different in this build is Son Goku Divine Presence. So against the blue unison, your cards don't have barrier. Your cards are really vulnerable to him, and you need something with deflect. Since Jiren can combo some cards, and since sometimes you cannot play your cards because they will get Trunks counterplayed, you have the option of on your opponent's turn you can actually use Divine Presence on your open energy, play him, give your leader boost, or you unison even, or maybe one of the battle cards so that they don't get removed by combat. And when he's in play, he has dual attack and he cannot be removed from the board. He will pressure the blue unison and he will pressure the leader in an extra capacity. So this is the card, and when I played him on our next locals, I was unbeaten. I was first, and Divine Presence is the card that can put in work, so you can actually play against blue and not worry about anything else. The secret rare of choice is this. Just because I drew it, I don't believe in the heroine's lineage. I believe that Gohanks can be okay for this deck on 5 energy because he will remove all of the blockers, but this actually came into a cool part where you pressure your opponent until they have 1 life left, and then you just play them and burn their life, because you can use your A drop to put them from, let's say, for the 2, use the leader swing, just pump a bajillion to them, remain a single strike, your opponent will just take it because okay, and you're, if not, and if you're playing against anything that's not blue, you just put them for 5 energy and you win the game. Um, Other than that, it's an okay secret rare. It's just beautiful, but not the best card that can actually exist. This one here is for some niche scenarios where you're banned from attacking with battle cards, so I don't know, Nimbuses or something like that, but I found him to be the most underwhelming card, and even though I try sometimes to play into him, other plays are better. So usually he in the late game, if I cannot use him, then I just charge him, or he's actually the perfect charge for turn 1 if you have every other card here. The reason I don't have the tournament kit Jiren is, even though one of them could be in it, I just found myself that the 8 of these are enough for your evolutions, and it's okay to have them. For the sideboard, this is for, I don't know, the Gohan Icarus matchup, for anything that actually has a barrier, and if you're playing against, I don't know, other Agent of Destruction decks or something like that, so you can wipe them off the board. This was something like a blue hate, but I didn't side her in. This was the card I sided in against Cooler, as well as Broly Crown of Retribution. I even wanted to put him in the main, but because of Divine Presence, it was the card that was put to the side, and I did not regret it. So when I'm playing against something that's not blue, I just put the Divine Presence out and put the Brolys in. Why is it so important to... your deck could basically play against any deck on his full capacity, but not against blue. So Divine Presence is in the main just because if you play against the blue deck, you have to win that match, and you will win that match. That's why I may be thinking about bumping to 3, just because they cannot be removed by your opposing skills because of that. This is just, I don't know, I like the art of the card, and it's sometimes against um, a green player who doesn't know that you actually have it in your deck. So when they try to play Dormant, you kick them out of the Dormant. Even against the Dimension Magic, sometimes if you tap out. This is against the Granier matchup, and but it didn't side it in the whole day. And this could be, I mean, this is here because of Gojira Xeno, so you can lock them out of extra attacks. The cards that are usually sided out are one, Fighting Against Fate, the two Divine Presences, and even the Secret Rare sometimes. The cards that usually go into the deck are the extra Beerus Ball, the Crowns, and Koitsukai. Other than that, the deck functions really well. I like it. The only thing that I'm kind of, today was Finn's reveal, and I don't think Jiren will fare well against him. He should get some kind of support, like a Barrier Revolution, but I don't know, like, even though that it can't evolve into anything, just that it can have barriers so that it can actually survive the other stuff that can remove all of your cards. It's vulnerable to removal. The 5-drop is great, and it cannot be removed, uh, but I don't know. Maybe a card with barrier could actually help you out, like I don't know, like an extra 4-drop that can have barrier. The limit one, the minusing doesn't come into play that often as you would like or think, but the draw card is actually great because the spontaneous draw is better than anything. Guys, if you have any questions, please ask me. And other than that, I'm happy that I uh, demonstrated my homebrew with an kind of an anti-blue or better anti-blue Jiren deck. So thank you and goodbye until next time. Maybe I'll put in my what if list, or what list would I have played if I had played on today's card market September regionals. Until next time, guys, bye.